Alright, good day to you. Welcome to my channel. I am Spirited Else. Welcome and happy Sunday to you all. Welcome. Today is October 24th, and this reading will go from October 24th to October 31st of Halloween, and we're going to do a tarot reading for all signs, air signs, earth signs, fire signs, water signs. We're going to do that, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is a good reading of having our own self reflection. Based on it seems to be good to realize that things must be where they are right now, right? And we know that we have to be our own way of having our own new reality, like our new normalcy, right? And we have to understand that we are all in this together. There's something that rather than nothing to say this, but we have to have our own self-reflection, and I'm going to actually read that to you. Based on self-reflection, it says in this quote, it says self-reflection is once you become aware, you are in a better position to make the changes you need to make to improve your life and the life of your loved ones. Self-reflection helps you steer your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in a healthy direction. So basically that means that if there's something going on, like if there's something going on, you have to embrace it. You have to understand and stop and think, saying, okay, am I going west? Am I going east? Am I going north? Am I going south? There's always these possibilities, right? And you have to understand that when you have self-reflection, it will help you in amazing ways, right? And I know that it seems to be peachy at the moment, but we have to understand that we have to have all these positive vibes that we can be positive in life. Sometimes we have a negative life where we have negative thoughts, and then we are having depression. We have all the stuff that's all negative, right? Put that out as a procrastination. Leave it there. Don't put it back. Like don't bring it with you. Just leave it there. So you have to understand that based on what I'm going to say is that we have to embrace of what's going to happen, right? And that's why we have to understand that COVID-19 is still around us until this day, right? We have to be very, 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 very careful of what we're going to do and who we are going to hang out with and how we're going to be hanging out with us, and all these things are going on, right? We have to understand that there's always a good thing rather than having a bad thing, right? And that's why that this is going to be a good reading to have. It's basically an amazing thing. It is, and that's why it has to be, right? So here's the not the bottom line, but we are going to do that. So this is going to be a tarot reading, and it will go from October 24th to October 31st. And speaking about October 31st, If you have any suggestions or any comments, please put them down below in this video, and hopefully I will get back to you knowing what kind of helming video you want me to do, any oracle cards, any tarot, any other things. But anyway, we're going to do that, and hopefully in the meantime that I have a new set of oracle cards, and these are fairies, and these are going to be good, right? So here we go. What do we have today? Right, so we're going to look at this. This is a new way of knowing what's going to happen. So we're going to move it a little bit down a little bit so you can see. So we're going to check this out. Okay, so we have the tarot that's reversed, the Tower. We have the Nine of Cups that's reversed. Interesting. We have the Nine of Swords is reversed. Interesting. We have the Four of Cups is upright. The Five of Pentacles is reversed. Interesting. And the Ace of Cups is reversed. Okay, so something's going on here. Basically, in this format, basically we have to embrace of what's happening now. The Four of Cups reminds us. Let me read this to you. Four of Cups upright is offers and opportunities are flowing to you, but for now you're saying no. Contemplate your next step and focus on what is important to you. So yeah, you have to have importance. You have to think about what is important to you. You know, when you look at your life experience, you think that, okay, there's something going on. Let's say, for example, you love your family and everything is going well. But the problem is about the Tower card that is reversed. Let me look at that card as well, because this seems to be very, very significant. But we're going to figure out who's doing this. Tower reverses. Do not resist change, even if you see this change as unwanted. It is important to let it run its course. The change is serving an important purpose in creating the opportunity for deep transformation. Yeah, see, it says do not resist change, even if you see this change as unwanted. It is important to let it run its course. Yeah, so let it run its course. Okay. Basically, you have to think about what is important to you, but you have to let this saying that let it run its course. You know. Now this reading is between the cups represents Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. There are things that you have to learn first. Okay, you have to have. Okay, for example, if you went to school and the teacher's teaching you something, you have to understand that the teacher's making a lesson, and you have to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, then the teacher will give you a punishment or a detention to stay after school. You have to understand that things don't seem where they are at the moment. But then again, it can happen. It can change to a different dynamic. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Who is following, like who? Who is following this? Okay? Now, I'm going to check this out too. Who is following the water signs in this picture? The Seven of Diamonds. Alright, interesting. So the Seven of Diamonds imposing that the Seven of Diamonds is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Okay, so you have earth signs. So water and earth signs are working together. Now the thing is about this reverse card, the Tower is reversed. Now, as we can see, that there's a lot more reverse cards, but I'm going to get one. I'm going to do one, not all of them. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 reverse cards in this picture. Now, these are all negative. That's really interesting. This is like a positive. Now, here's the thing about this. You have earth signs, right? Now, here's the opposite I don't get. Here's the thing. What's the opposite of the reverse tower? Show me something. I'm doing one, not two. The Seven of Swords. Okay, so Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is air. So you have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Wow. So that's actually nine zodiac signs. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. That is 9 zodiac signs. So there's something going on in this picture, and it seems to be that everything seems to be between wild. Now, if you were asking me what's wild, or why you said that, well, it has to be what it has to be. Okay, it has to embrace of what's happening. Okay, because it's just how it's going to be, right? And it's true. Now the thing is about this reading here. First off, we're going to figure this out. So what is these 9 zodiac signs? Earth, water, and air. Show me something or tell me something in this reading. Motivation. So what Spirit tells me in this picture is motivation. Motivation says, when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you have been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. That's what it's supposed to be saying. But I'm going to find out about what is motivation. We're going to. That's why I have this book. So we're going to read this. So that's what it says. Now here's the thing, what is it going to say, because I'm not going to put this up in at the multitask. And you know what a multitask is, you're doing two things at once, right? That's what it's called. The flower fairies, also called vegans, are super excited to fly into your cards. They know you have a special task at hand. They are here to encourage you to get on with it. Working with flower essences, astral aromatherapy, and scented candles will help you to tune into the flower fairies. The scent of a flower can have a powerful healing effect on your mind, body, and spirit. Perhaps you could bring some fresh flowers into your home. Ideally, still growing on the plant rather than cut flowers. Wearing colorful clothing in the same shade as your favorite flowers can also help you to feel uplifted, as well as brightening the day of anyone who sees you. The women of red jasmine in India wear bright colors and are referred to as flowers of the desert. Seeing them certainly lifts the spirit. Call on the flower fairies if you feel you are lacking motivation. It is said that the best way to get something done is to ask a busy person, or in this case, some busy fairies. They might not do the job for you, but they will certainly help to motivate you. You can connect to them easily by being outside next to some flowers, or inside your home near a potted plant in bloom, saying flower fairies. I call on three to motivate, inspire me. The flower fairies will leave a sign or two over the coming days or weeks. Just pay extra attention so you don't miss the creative ways in which they impart their flowery wisdom. So you have to understand that, you need, like I always keep saying it, you need motivation, right? But that's what you have to do. Okay, 9 Zodiac Signs. You need to have motivation. You need to work this out. Okay, and you have to obey the rules. You have to obey the rules. Okay. Now I know that you understand. Now let's say, for example, you were questioning this and you're saying to me, what are rules? Well, rules are based on where if you do something, that's a rule. If you don't do, if you misunderstood, you're gonna break the rule. Don't break a rule, right? So anyway, the point being is that you have to understand that you can motivate yourself. You just have to keep going with it, okay? And that's what it has to do. It has to involve this reading. It has to, because the point being is that when we get into the motivation part, okay, like motivation is the key, okay, and you have to understand that everything has to be in its own place, okay. Now, here's the thing about having something and then having it as a rule. Okay, now for example, if you think of a way, okay, like you're having motivation of, let's say for example you were having a motivation about playing soccer. Let's say that you have motivation to have victory over somebody. Let's say for example if you do that. Okay, well for example, first off, how many players, and second off, are you going to be into a good way of knowing what to do? Are you going to face the facts that you're going to win this game? Okay, that's a bold question. Are you going to win this game? Okay, if you have motivation, that will help you, right? But if you don't have motivation, you can fail. Don't fail, right? Don't be a failure. Be a winner. Be a winner, and don't be a failure. Okay, that's why this reading over here that you can see, it actually contracts of it. Okay, if you don't know what contract is, look it up on the internet. It will be a good word to do. But anyway, the point being is that this is why that this is a good reading for you. Now everything seems to be okay, but when I get into this, everything seems to be maybe different. Okay, let's take a look here. So I'm going to move this up. Okay, so tell me something in this reading about 9 zodiac signs in this picture. Alright, it says lion. Ask for what you want. That's what this lion is. Now let me read you what the lion says. Alright, so lion says, ask for what you want. And says, lion says, whenever you want something, simply ask for it. As in, please pass the salt. It works best when you use words, rather than trying to hint or have someone guess what you want. You can even ask for simple things like help with what to wear for school, or when you would like a friend to play a game with you. You can even ask to spend special time with one of your parents, or for a friend or relative to come to your soccer game. And you don't need to roar like I do, just ask. Get it, lion? Just as you can ask for whatever you want, the person you ask has the right to say no. You have the right to ask, but it is also important to respect and accept the other's personal try to say no. And this especially includes your mother and father. Sometimes it's even okay to ask a second time, but if you do, be polite, rather than demanding or insisting on getting your way. And if you don't get your way, let it go. Activity. It says, pay close attention to opportunities to ask for what you want. Do so politely and respectfully. When you try something that seems too difficult, ask for help rather than getting frustrated or giving up. Make a list of 3 things that you would like to have happen. Ask Spirit/God, the angels, lion spirit, or any other spirit guides for help in making these happen. So basically, the thing is that ask for what you want, but be polite about it. That's what you have to do. You have to just ask and be polite about it. That's what you have to do. If you can't use nice words to say, then don't say nothing at all, right? So basically, you have to understand that, you have motivation, you have asked for what you want, be polite about it, and then you have to understand about this reading, right? But like I say, not in Zodiac Signs, air signs, earth signs, water signs. You have to understand that you can improve yourself wisely, and you can do better. Okay, that's what this has to be. But you're doing a fascinating job. Like there's no wrong way to do it. But you can do better. That's awesome. This was the first reading, but there's many more readings after this. So yeah, I have the playing cards that I'm going to use, and have other stuff that I'm going to use. Alright, what's the next reading? One more. Alright, we're going to check this out. Great, so we're going to see what's happening. So we have the 10 of Cups. We have this 8 of Swords. Interesting. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, great. So we have water, air, earth. The moon, is that right? The 9 of Swords, wow. Is that right? And the last is actually reverse. Interesting, so we only have 1 reverse. That is so bizarre. Wow. So here's the thing. So we have 10 of Cups, Eight of Swords, and Three of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Knight of Swords, and one reverse card is the Lovers is reversed. But anyway, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. 9 Zodiac signs again in this picture. Now here's the thing about the reverse card of Lovers. We're going to check that out. Alright, so the Lovers is reversed. It says, honor and love your beautiful self. Integrate the different parts of yourself to find true alignment and harmony. Become aware of what you value and honor those values in your choices. Yeah, so basically you have to understand that when you honor and love your beautiful self, integrate the different parts of yourself to find true alignment and harmony. Become aware of what you value and honor those values in your choices. So basically you have to understand that that if you have to have an honoring, like let's say for example you want to honor somebody, you honoring them about their appreciation, right? Now look at the appreciation. You're going to do the right things, right? You have to understand that everything seems to be okay and dandy, but the things that you have to learn first is that you have lessons to learn. Then you can understand them, right? But you have to understand that you have to embrace of what's going to happen, okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? You have to have knowledge. You have to have knowledge, you have to have math, you have to have education, you name it, okay? But there are things you have to learn first. You have to learn first, okay? You have to understand that you have to believe in your own self that you can do this. You have to understand that everything seems to be okay, but you have to understand that maybe things aren't okay, right? You know how I said aren't? Like, are not? That's what it is. So you have to understand that yes, you're gonna have a good wisdom day, but sometimes it will change automatically, right? Energies do change. When you have a negative energy, you have to change that around to make it positive energy, right? If you have positive energy for a very long time, there's no negative about it. There's no. But you have to understand that you have to have motivation. That's what you have to do, right? That's what the last reading was. But you have to understand that everything seems to be okay, but some things you have to learn first, right? And that's what you have to do. Now, if you were asking a question that you're saying, oh, why do you have to learn things first? That's a beautiful question, but I'm going to answer it to myself. The thing is that you have to understand that when you learn things, okay, let's say for example you want to learning about let's say math. Math seems to be hard, right? Basically you get a C in math, or you get a C minus, or you get a C plus, or you have a B, or an A. Let's say you're trying to get an A plus, or that would be 100%, you pass. But you know what, you have to learn first in order to achieve and honor that you're going to pass this course, right? That's what you have to do. But that's what I'm saying is that when you learn things first, you have to learn from the teacher. A teacher will teach you things, and then you will improve yourself. to be good, right? And you have to be honored that you can do this. You can do this if you put your mind to it. That's what you have to do, right? So as you can see, non-zodiac signs here in this picture again, you have to understand that you have to believe in your own self. Okay, you have to take things slow. Slow and steady wins the race, and you have to understand that. So basically, in this reading, that what I just read to you all, that basically while I'm fixing this a bit, you have to understand that we're all in this together. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the fairies again. Then I'm going to do the spirit animal cards that I'm going to read you, and then we're going to see who's following this. But we're going to do that first to see who's going to do that. So let's do the playing cards and see what's going on. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right. It is the Seven of Diamonds again. So another Earth signs. So we have Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So we have that again. We have that again. So we have the Seven of Diamonds again. That's very interesting in this card. So basically in that format, we have that. Plus that's following this. So we have more than that. We have at least 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 zodiac signs here. Wow, goodness. So we have 12 zodiac signs. Now, what's a good card for the 12 zodiac signs in this picture? Alright, so we're going to read inspiration. Inspiration. It says, be prepared, as you will soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration, I think, yeah. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So basically, remember to use this. You have to have inspiration. And basically I'm going to read that to you because I have the lovely information. So we're going to do this. Alright. So let's see. Let's see. Inspiration. Okay, so I just read you that half of the card. This is the other half. But it's it'll be long. So, alright. going to be a good reading. So here we go. The fairy of inspiration is full of ideas and will gladly share them with you. All you need to do is be receptive to her whisperings. She may plant the most fantastical ideas in your head, but remember, you always have a choice. So if an idea doesn't resonate for you, then simply let it go. It may be meant for someone else. When an idea does resonate, however, go with the fairy flow and trust where it may lead. Sit back and enjoy the fairy ride of fun. Creativity as you transform inspirational ideas into reality. Perhaps it is time to plant your own seeds, your own ideas. Take a tip from this card's helpful fairy and plant your seeds of inspiration in fertile soil, allowing them to grow using positivity combined with practical action. Call on this friendly fairy whenever you feel you are lacking inspiration. To connect with her, go outside and just be in nature. Or if you're unable to get out, meditate on a photo of nature in a magazine or online. Allow your senses to perceive the beauty all around. Set your intention to allow the inspiration to flow. The fairy of inspiration is the sister of the fairy of manifestation. So, if this card appears in a spread with the manifestation card, then magic and miracles will be close behind. The fairy of inspiration will also encourage you to inspire those around you. So the thing is that for the 12 zodiac signs in this picture, you have to understand that when you have inspiration, you have to have a good reputation, right, and manifestation as well. But the thing is that you have to take 2 steps back, one step forward. But you have to understand that when you go back into a few steps, you have to move forward again, right? So basically, you have to understand that, like, let's say for example, oh, Spirit's out, I don't want to move back, I want to move forward. The thing is, what I'm going to tell you is that, you have 12 zodiac signs in this picture, okay? You have to understand that when you think about positive, and rather than having negative, you have to embrace of throw the negative out of the window or out of your way, and then think positive things, right? That's what you have to do, and that's why that this is a good motivation, right? It's a good reading to you. And the point being is that I'm not done this reading yet, but I'm almost done. You have to understand that yes, everything seems to be okay and gone wild and bizarre, and everything that is going beyond. But you have to have a good perspective of knowing what's going to happen. Okay, that's why we have all these things going on. Okay, what I mean by all these things is that you have emotions, you have more than that. But you have to understand that this is a learning process, and that's why that this is a good good learning institution. But that's a long word to say. But anyway, it's good to learn things, and you have to improve yourself to be better, to become one, maybe yourself, right? So anyway, that's almost, yeah. And then this is gonna be the last part of it, and then this will be it. Right. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Is we're going to move things around, make it all tidy up a bit. So you can see the bigger one. And it says horse. Trust your feelings. Beautiful horse, eh? Yeah. Trust your feelings. So let me read you this one, and that'll be it. Okay. So this will be good. Alright, so it says, horse says, trust your feelings. Horse says, it is so tempting sometimes just go along with something. Like when a friend invites you somewhere that you know is off limits, even though it just doesn't feel right. You ignore your true feelings and go there anyway. Other times, something doesn't feel right in your stomach. You decide to listen to your feelings, like when someone you meet makes you stomach tight or upset for no obvious reason, so that you keep your distance. This is often called your intuition. On the other hand, if you try something else like dance, soccer, or swimming, it feels good. You keep at it, regardless of whether they are good or bad feelings. Listen to them. Those sensations in your body, especially in your stomach, your gut, can be a clue as to what your real feelings are. They help you know what to avoid, who to avoid, and what, or who you can trust. The more you practice paying attention to and trusting your truest inner feelings, the more you will make the right choices. This is what's going to be activity. It says, in your journal, write about the last time you trusted your feelings about something you turned out to be right. When you're playing any games, see if you can sense through your intuition what the next move will be, or the next roll of the dice. To develop your intuition, sit quietly out in nature and just listen to the sounds around you as you breathe. What do you hear? Take responsibility to your feelings and don't blame others. Yeah, so basically trust your own feelings. So basically if something seems to be okay, then you do it. But if something seems to be not okay, then don't do it, right? That's why the 12 zodiac signs in this picture has to realize that everything seems to be okay. But you have to realize that you have to just follow the yellow brick road. That's what you have to do. Follow the yellow brick road. You know the song, you can keep singing it on your way. You can do what's right for you, okay? Follow the yellow brick road. That's what you have to do. Because the main thing is that you have to believe in your own self that you can do this, okay? If you don't do it, you're going to fail. But don't be a failure, right? Don't. You're trying to realize that when I give you an example about that soccer, okay, you have to improve yourself to be a winner. You have to win against the other teams. Yes, you might be afraid that you might lose the first game, but you know what? You can just keep at it and keep practicing. That's what you have to do, okay? You have to believe in your own self that you can do this, right? You have to motivate yourself to become better as your own self. Okay, you have to believe in your own heart that you can do this. You have to believe that everything needs to be spick and span, but you have to understand that things could go sideways, which means everything can turn into a different direction. You know, you have to believe that you can do this. Right? You have to believe in order to achieve at something, to be successful. That's what you have to do. But in reality is that where everything seems to be haywire and out of control and everything else, you have to just stop and think of what you're going to do next, right? So you have to understand that yes, everything seems to be okay, what my reading is to you. But sometimes it can be reversed, and you don't want to be reversed, right? So you have to understand that things that you can do on your own for a while, right? Maybe just back away from some friends for a little while, and then continue to like, let's say for example you're procrastinating. If not, you're going to see your friends, and then all of a sudden you're going to see your friends, right? That's what you have to do, okay? That's what you have to believe in yourself, that you can do this. And you have to succeed, right? You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. Because like I say, is that things seems to be okay. And you have to believe that everything is okay. But things will change. And you don't know what can happen during this week, next week, 2 weeks from now, I don't know. But you have to understand that you have to motivate your own self. That's what you have to do. You have to, it's like having a give and take. I'm giving you this video to understand. You're taking it. You're taking the information to learn from it. That's what you have to do. You have to learn from your own mistakes. Maybe sometimes you might make a mistake and you think, what I'm going to do? You have to understand that maybe you should not say that. Maybe you can just do it on your own, right? Be your own mentor, which means that you can do it, right? Yes, you are following somebody else, like as a mentor, but you know what? If you just stay away and leave the mentor alone, you can do it on your own. That's what you have to do, right? So you have to be independent to do things on your own. Yes, you maybe need help, but you know what? Things can just turn instantly. So just remember that, that's why I have for you of this reading here that you can see. Just remember that everything will be okay, and just believe in it. Okay, have faith. It will believe in you. You just have to do it on your own. But thank you very much, and have a lovely day. And just remember that before I let you go, there's only one thing that you must know and to learn. is that this motivation, this video, is gonna be spectacular for you, because this will help you in the many weeks because we don't know what's gonna happen next. But just believe that you can do this, okay? Because you know why? You have to believe that you can. Maybe you have truth about healing. Maybe you need to be healed, and you need to be healing your own emotions. Maybe you have a bad emotion, that there's something going on. Well, just take it for granted. Leave that alone. Thank you very much. And bye for now.